You can go from loving someone so much to wishing you'd never met them. Your whole fucking being is to that one person.
BPD, or borderline personality disorder, is a mental health condition that affects a person's ability to control their emotions and impacts how they react to the world around them. In the following video, I'll be delving deeper into the reality of BPD, analysing statistics, looking at the preconceived opinions online, and speaking to a close friend dealing with BPD about their own experiences. How has BPD affected the relationships with the people around you?
It's made it almost impossible to maintain them, whether it's a friendship or an actual relationship. And having the intense emotions that come with BPD, it could be something so little, and like someone could do something so little, and in your head you just want nothing to do with them. And that's another thing with it. With BPD comes splitting.
Splitting is the idea of extreme change of views of emotions and can help people with BPD control their emotions by seeing someone as either completely good or completely bad.
And you can go from loving someone so much to literally wishing you'd never met them.
Have you been provided support for your BPD? If so, has it helped?
The support I was having with my BPD was CBT, it's a type of therapy, and I found that it didn't really help because it was just normal therapy. And I feel like with BPD, there needs to be more than just sitting and talking to someone about it, because sometimes it does more bad than good.
Have you had an experience where having a favourite person has affected other relationships?
Having a favourite person, it affects everything. Because in your head, all you want to do is make them happy. And so you don't really care about anyone else. No matter how close they are to you, no matter if it's a best friend, honestly, no matter if it's family, your whole fucking being is to that one person.
How do you feel about the recent assisted suicide law revolving BPD?
Knowing what it's like to live with BPD, like having it in your head constantly, if someone wants to be able to let that go, they can. There can be times where you feel like you're only ever doing bad to the people that are around you. Like being around people with BPD, like they they kind of suck. It's not their fault. We don't mean to be as awful as we are.
How would you describe the feeling of being in an episode?
The way that it works for me is there's kind of two different episodes, mania and depressive. And if you're having like a depressive BPD episode, it just feels like the entire world is crashing around you. It could be something that happened years ago, and it will just come into your head. It'll be everything that ever went wrong will just flood your brain. Because nothing you can really do in that moment. A happy, like a manic type of episode, they're great. They're like, you get something called a God complex, which is just where you're like, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's like an overwhelming sense of happiness.
What's something about BPD you wish more people knew?
But more or less understand that we actually can't help it. When we split or when we are just in a foul mood and we say some awful things, because we do, we really, we genuinely can't help it. And we feel like shit afterwards. And it's not an excuse, but it is a reason.
Was getting a diagnosis important to you? Do you feel as if it's helped you?
Yeah, because it made me realize that I wasn't just like going crazy. It wasn't just me, like I'm not just strange. It's just fucking altered brain chemistry. So it was nice to know that like it wasn't just me, like just fucking everything up, if you get me.
Does BPD affect your work/education? If so, how have you handled it?
Not so much BPD itself, but more or less if you're in a BPD episode, like if you're really sad, it makes it really difficult to get through the day. But if you're really up, then it's kind of just like a normal day, but a bit more, up.
Thank you for listening to a first-hand experience. I hope you enjoyed delving deeper into BPD and the reality of it.